Hey, how you doing? I'm back, and I admit I haven't been making videos for about 2.5 months. I'm sorry about that. It couldn't be helped with COVID-19. My 4-year-old staying at home with my new job. It's simply too much work for me. I could only make videos at night, do research. When he's at home, it's really hard for me to make videos. Now, since he's at school, he started school this week, gives me a lot more time to make videos, upload to my channel. Oh, excuse me, didn't mean to do that. That's because I'm drinking my coffee, morning coffee right here. So we're going to be doing things. In fact, we're going to be making a video today and some more tomorrow. Some product reviews such as this Olight flashlight and other things. Now, going back to the topic, Apple moved to ARM processors, or the PowerPC. It has pros and cons of that, which we're going to talk about. And it's kind of ironic, way back when they moved from PowerPC to Intel for a couple of reasons. One of the major advantages of doing this is you're able to run Windows on top of the Mac, so you could get the best of both worlds and not necessarily have to shift to a regular PC tower to do so. You could just run it on your Mac using Boot Camp. Now notice, I don't think they're going to implement it in all their Macs, and I don't think they should. I'm going to get into that a little bit later. And we're going to talk about the pros, or some of the good things about moving to the PowerPC. For one thing, is low cost. Since they are going to be manufacturing these their own processors, utilizing third party to make their processors, of course, they're going to be charged not only production costs and R&D and things like that. They're going to put profit on top of that. Apple doesn't have to do that because they're making their own processors, and they can reap the benefits of getting profit off their own processors for that. Less heat, since I think right now their own ARM processors aren't quite as powerful as Intel. Perhaps sometime in the future, but in my personal opinion, they're not as powerful right now as AMD and Intel processors. So they're going to utilize less heat, which is going to be better longevity of Mac computers and things like that. We're also been seeing minimal performance gains in Intel on new releases. I think they hit a wall on what they can do in performance. So we've just been seeing little performance gains each new generation. So it would be easier for Apple just to utilize their own type of processors for that. And most people don't really need that much powerful processor anyway. Most just use it for web browsing, Netflix videos, and social networking. They don't just need that power. iOS apps can run natively on Macs now, such as iPhone apps and iPad apps, without transitioning across the whole Mac platform, from portable devices to Mac desktops. Now we're going to talk about some of the cons doing this. Obviously, I've mentioned less power. I think they're less powerful right now. Also, I think they utilize their own graphic chip inside their ARM processors, so there's going to be less power for. I mean, you can probably run games okay on it, but nothing like some of the big name desktop games probably won't run as efficiently. And things like I'm trying to think, video editing apps and things like that won't run nearly as good as a AMD graphic card, or even NVIDIA. I don't know if Windows is going to be able to be run on top of it right away, if they're even going to develop a Windows for Mac PowerPC, or excuse me, ARM processors if they're going to do that. So you won't be able to run Windows for right now, if at all. We don't know that. So you're going to lose that advantage. We're also going to probably see a resurgence of Rosetta, and I think they're going to call it Rosetta 2, which I figured is going to happen as well, because they originally used Rosetta transitioning from PowerPC to Intel to give app makers enough time to transition their software over. So we're going to see that yet again, and then we're going to probably have some app makers that are just simply not going to do it anymore. So you may have to switch over to a new application. Now, this is my thought on things. It's okay to use these Apple ARM processors in things like a MacBook or a MacBook Air. Hopefully they're not going to use it for the MacBook Pros. Like I said, a performance power issue. I think AMD AMD and Intel processors are more powerful right now than Apple's processors. Now, I think things like Mac Pros simply won't use Apple processors because, for one thing, the power is just simply not there for really hard-hitting applications, video editing, visual effects. Like I said, the built-in graphic chip on the ARM processor is not powerful enough, and it's weird to have two independent graphic cards running at the same time. It seems kind of weird. Plus, on the Mac Pros, it has a much longer development cycle that kind of coincides with Intel's longer release cycle as well, so it won't matter. For instance, most Mac Pros probably don't have new Mac Pros coming out every year. It's usually, every 4 to 7 years. So it has a much longer release cycle on those things. So I don't think they're going to change. They're going to continue to use Xeon Intel processors in their Mac Pros. Of course, I'm looking at my show notes. I said, will they continue to use PowerPC Intel x86 with different operating systems? Which it means is they're going to have to rewrite it, Mac OS, for 2 different versions, one for the Intel and one for their own ARM processors. So are they going to continue doing that forever? Which means they're going to have a larger development team. Or are they simply going to move all Macs eventually to ARM processors, which I don't agree with. I think the more powerful Macs, you definitely need to stick with Intel Xeon or like the iMac Pros, Mac Pros, and MacBook Pros. But we shall see. And right now, I think I tried to look on Apple's website. I'm not even sure if they released any Mac Pros, or excuse me, Mac computers with the new ARM processor yet. I've been kind of looking around. Like I said, I've been just so busy. I haven't been able to make videos. But those are my thoughts on Apple moving to ARM processors on the Mac desktop. A lot of good things and bad things about it. So I'm mixed on that. So thanks for watching, and see you guys later. We're still recording. See you guys later.